Good morning everyone on another beautiful Shabbat day. I'm about to do another reading for you from Truth Scriptures Ta'anak, and we're up to Shamut, sign name Exodus chapter 10. And Yahuwah said to Moshe, "Go back to Para'ah, because I have again hardened his heart and the heart of his servants. Now I am going to show even more of my signs among them, so that you may tell your children and grandchildren how I dealt harshly with the Matzarim, and tell of all my signs and wonders that I have done to them, so that you may know that I am Yahuwah." So Moshe and Aaron went to Para'ah and said to him, "This is what Yahuwah says to you. The Elohim of the Abiram says, how long shall you refuse to humble yourself before me? Let my people go so that they may serve me. Otherwise, if you refuse to let my people go, tomorrow I shall bring locusts into your country. So many of them shall come, no one shall even be able to see the ground. They shall devour what little you have left over that remains from the hail I sent, including every tree that is growing in your fields. They shall fill your house, the houses of all your servants, and the houses of all the Matzarim. This shall be something that neither your parents nor your ancestors have ever seen from the day that they settled in this land to this day." Then Moshe turned and left Para'ah. Para'ah's servants said to him, "How long will you let this man be a snare to us? Let the people go so that they may serve Yahuwah their Elohim. Do you not yet realize that Matzah is destroyed?" Then Moshe and Aaron were brought back to Para'ah again. And he said to them, "Go serve Yahuwah your Elohim, but tell me who all will be going." Moshe answered, "We will go with our young and with our old, with our sons and with our daughters, and with our flocks and our herds, because we must hold a feast to Yahuwah." Para'ah replied to them, "Yahuwah would really have to be with you before I let you and all of your children leave Matzah. You are planning something evil. You and the men can go and serve Yahuwah, because that is what you asked for from the beginning, but all of your people cannot go." Then Para'ah sent Moshe and Aaron away. So Yahuwah said to Moshe, "Stretch out your hand over the land of Matzah, so that the locusts shall swarm over all of Matzah. They shall devour everything growing in the fields, even all that is left over after the hail." Then Moshe stretched out his staff over the land of Matzah, and Yahuwah brought an east wind on the land all that day and through the night. When the morning came, the east wind brought the locusts. The locusts swept over all the land of Matzah, and they settled on the entire country. Such a huge swarming of locusts had never happened before in Matzah, and would never happen again. They covered the face of the entire landscape, so much so that the next page, sorry guys, land turned black. They ate all of the land's grain and all of the fruit orchards that were left over from the hail. There was not anything green left on any tree or any grain in the field throughout all the land of Matzah. Then Para'ah urgently called for Moshe and Aaron and said, "I have sinned against Yahuwah your Elohim and against you. Please forgive my sin this time and pray to Yahuwah your Elohim, so that he may take this deadly disaster away from me." So Moshe left Para'ah and he prayed to Yahuwah. Yahuwah then turned the wind into a very strong west wind that lifted the locusts and drove them into the Yam Suf, also known as the Sea of Reeds or the Red Sea. Not one locust remained in all the land of Matsah. But Yahuwah hardened Paraah's heart even more, and he did not let the children of Yisrael go. Yahuwah said to Moshe, "Stretch out your hand toward heaven, so that there shall be darkness over all the land of Matsah, a darkness which can be felt." Moshe stretched out his hand toward heaven, and there was a thick darkness over all the land of Matsah for 3 days. None of the Matzarim could see each other, and they could not go out anywhere for those days. However, all the children of Yisrael had light where they lived. Paraah called for Moshe and said, "Go and worship Yahuwah. Only leave your flocks and your herds behind. Even your children can go with you." But Moshe said, "You must allow us to have sacrifices and burnt offerings to present to Yahuwah, our Elohim. Our livestock must also go with us. Not one hoof is to be left behind. We must use some of them properly worship Yahuwah, our Elohim. Until we get there, we will not know what we will need to use to worship Yahuwah." But Yahuwah hardened Paraah's heart again, and he would not let them go. Paraah said to Moshe, "Get out of my sight. Make sure you do not appear before me again. If you see my face again, you will surely die." Moshe replied, "Just as you say, I will not appear before you again."